Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, struggling test scores and rising distractions. Could banning smartphones in classrooms be the solution? Some Michigan lawmakers think so. Plus, Congressman Jack Bergman is leading a congressional delegation overseas, and we dive into how things like your zip code and your paycheck could be affecting your health. Your 19 News at 6 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
Dakota, good evening. Good to have you back there, sir. Everyone's wondering what our weekend weather's looking like.
Yeah, Kevin, we are talking about some more snow showers continuing as we head into the rest of tonight and into the weekend, especially across the western half of the UP. This is a live look over downtown Marquette from our 19 News Skycam, and things are pretty quiet there, but not so much when you work out towards the western half of the UP where we still have some snow showers, and we'll talk more about that later. Temperatures right now into the lower 20s, and that's pretty much where we'll be through the overnight hours tonight, lower to mid 20s, but we've got a big surge of Arctic air arriving next week. Those details in just a few minutes.
Dakota, thank you very much. With class distractions on the rise and test scores continuing to drop, lawmakers are looking to remove smartphones from classrooms. The Michigan House has passed bills that would require public K-12 schools to ban smartphone use during instructional time. The bills include exemptions for medical needs, special education services, and teacher-approved academic use. Supporters say they hope to reduce classroom distractions, limit cyberbullying, and improve student mental health.
There was a report out of the National Education Association. 90% of their members in the survey said yes, smartphones are a problem in schools. So this is not a mystery.
And we'll have more from lawmakers coming up tonight at 11:10 Central. Representative Jack Bergman is leading a congressional delegation this weekend to Sweden and Finland. The UP congressman chairs the House Armed Services Subcommittee on Readiness.
It's an opportunity for us to see firsthand what's going on in Sweden, in Finland, whether it's militarily, whether it's some cases some of the civilian businesses that we'll see while we're there, but meeting with their governmental leaders to hear what their concerns are.
The UP congressman chairs the House, I already mentioned that. Bergman tells us Russia is a top concern for our Scandinavian partners. He adds these CODELs are an opportunity to hear from officials and military leaders on shared security challenges and building relationships. Congressional members on both sides are in agreement. Reforms for congressional members trading stock needs to happen. But what kinds of reforms differ among lawmakers? Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp shares the latest legislative initiatives.
Under current law, members of Congress are able to trade stock but are prohibited from using insider information to enrich themselves. Studies show some members outperform the market, which raises corruption suspicions. This week, members on both sides of the aisle offered different proposals to this issue. A House panel advanced the Stop Insider Trading Act, a Republican-backed bill that would allow members of Congress, their spouses, and dependent children to hold onto stocks they already own but prevent them from buying new ones. It also requires them to file a public notice of at least 7 days before they sell an existing stock. Representative Jack Bergman is one of the co-sponsors of this bill.
As a member of Congress, you have an obligation to be ethical. And if you have inside knowledge, that puts you in a position to take unfair advantage. So I believe when you come to Congress, you freeze all your investments, put them in a trust, put them somewhere where you don't have control over them, and let them grow on their own. When you're done here, then go back to what you were doing beforehand. But we didn't come here, and we weren't sent here to get wealthy at the taxpayers' expense.
Over in the Senate, Senator Kirsten Gillibrand introduced bipartisan legislation, but with a different approach to this issue.
Stop members of Congress and their immediate families from owning, buying, or selling individual stocks. The bill also prohibits ownership and trading of certain other financial assets, including securities, commodities, and futures.
Her legislation would give members 180 days to divest their current individual stock holdings, while new members would have 90 days to do so from when they are sworn in.
If you want to serve in Congress, don't have stocks. There's too much fraud and corruption in Washington right now. And if you want to go and make money and have a big stock portfolio, do a different job.
In Washington, Rachel Knapp, WZMQ 19 News.
In Michigan, January is recognized as Social Determinants of Health Month. According to the Department of Health and Human Services, social and economic factors can impact healthcare access. For example, a lack of steady income can make it difficult to afford prescriptions and healthy foods, and people without reliable transportation may struggle to make it to medical appointments. The department is working with state and local organizations to break down those barriers.
Whether it's like food resources, housing support, transportation options. We also support community-led strategies that address root causes of some of these issues to help create more equity among residents of Michigan.
The Department of Health and Human Services is hosting free webinars on the subject beginning next week, and you can register at WZMQ19.com. Your first warning weather forecast is after the break. Plus, we're live for the kickoff of the annual Ishpeming Ski Jumping Tournament. We'll be back in just a couple minutes.
Yep. Hello. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Now, from the 19 News Forecast Center, this is WZMQ 19 First Warning Weather.
Welcome back, everybody. 21 was our high temp today, right at average, so can't complain about the temperatures today. Did pick up close to 2.5 inches worth of snow at the Sawyer Airport today, so of course we're just adding on to that snow totals. But the heavier snow that we have been experiencing has been out here on the western half of the UP. That's where we still have that winter storm warning in effect all the way through 7 p.m. tomorrow night, along with a winter weather advisory for Marquette, and then areas up towards the Upper Peninsula that runs until 7 p.m. tomorrow. And the snow is going to start becoming a little bit more lighter in nature and as we head through tomorrow, but we're still going to see some scattered snow showers, especially through the rest of tonight. And again, there was a good band of snow out here about an hour ago out here across the eastern end of Marquette, but mostly what you see here, this is mostly just ground clutter coming from the radar site. But out here to the west, we still have some snow out here across Republic and out towards Michigan Route 95. We still have some snow showers there. And this is all in association with a storm system that is moving across the UP now. And this system is going to move through. We're going to see a couple of dry days as we head into this weekend, but the snow is going to return next week. So here's how it looks on First Warning Weather Futurecast. We've still got some snow showers around for this weekend here, and some of you could see some hefty totals, especially out towards Ironwood. Yeah, we could be looking at about an additional 6 to 12 inches as we head through the weekend. So yeah, snow blowers, plows, you're going to have to make sure they're gassed up once again. Get a little break in the snow as we head towards Sunday. But then more snow and more cold is going to be on the way for next week. So this is just through 7 p.m. tomorrow. You see out towards Ironwood close to 8.6 and out towards Iron River about 2.9. But then we'll add on the day through Sunday. And again, you see those totals approaching 13, 14 inches out here across the western half of the UP where we have that winter storm warning. So looking ahead to the weekend here, yeah, it is going to be snowy. The snow showers continue. And then the weekend, the second half of the weekend turns much colder, highs into the teens. And next week is going to be brutally cold with a couple of single-digit highs in there. I mean, it is really going to be cold. And this is the jet stream pattern, the wind pattern at the 500 millibar level. And again, you see that cold air dipping in. So 28 for tomorrow. We're down to 16 on Sunday. And then look at the cold as we head towards Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And then on Tuesday, 6 degrees, 2 below to start Wednesday morning, 14 on Wednesday, and then temperatures still into the freezer as we head towards next Friday.
Dakota, thank you again. It's that time of year again when ski jumpers defy gravity in the birthplace of U.S. organized skiing. Our own Andrew Hands joins us live in Ishpeming, where they're kicking off a historic year for the annual ski jumping tournament. Andrew, good evening. What's going on out there?
Hey, Kevin. Well, it's a great evening. We got perfect conditions out here. People are gathering, starting to pile in a little bit. We've got about 37 jumpers across 12 clubs and 2 countries coming together. And you might have mentioned this is a historic year for the ski jumping tournament. This is the 100th anniversary of the Suicide Ski Hill. So tomorrow they'll be holding a ribbon cutting to commemorate the anniversary. But after days of hard volunteer work to set up the track, it all begins tonight with jumpers taking flight from the 90-meter ski jump. So this evening we've got junior world qualifiers competing for a place at the Nordic World Ski Championships in Norway, and into the weekend tomorrow begins the Nordic combined cross-country ski race in the morning, followed by about 4 other ski jumping events throughout the day, and then wrapping up with 1 more cross-country ski race and a junior ski jumping tournament on Sunday. And as I mentioned, it's pretty crowded here. People have plenty to do while waiting for different jumps. We've got a beer tent. We've got the bonfires that they are setting up here pretty soon, and then fireworks throughout the weekend as well. So that's about it here as far as the first night. I believe jumpers will begin at about 7. This is the 139th Ishpeming ski jumping tournament. I'm Andrew Hands. We'll send that back to you, Kevin.
Andrew, thank you very much, my friend. Stay warm if you can. Coming up next on Insights, the Heikki-Lunta Festival is fast approaching. We're joined by the Negaunee City Manager to get the details on what's happening this year when we come back. Raise your mic check.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. A special winter tradition returns to downtown Negaunee next month. Here to tell us all about Heike Lunta 2026 is Negaunee City Manager Nate Heffron. Nate, it has been so long, my friend.
A little bit, yeah.
Glad to have you back.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate
Absolutely. So Heike Lunta, some people may not be familiar by now. So for them, what's it all about?
Yeah, so it's a winter festival in the city of Negaunee, primarily in the downtown. This year it'll be starting out on Friday, February 6th through the 8th. It starts out with a rail jam on Friday evening in downtown Negaunee, followed up with lots of events happening on Saturday, including the Teal Lake Fishing Derby on Teal Lake. We have a family fun day. We have lots of different things happening on Saturday, including a chili cook-off, Hot Wings Challenge at Jackson's Pit, and then followed up on Sunday with a Freeze Your Fanny Fat Tire Bike Race. And hey, you might even want to get involved in the patch eating contest.
Oh, don't you dare. Jim Koski's not even here, and I'm still getting reminded. I can't believe that. Nate, I can't believe that. Nate, how about the origins? Can you talk about that at all?
Yeah, so from my understanding, the origins come from Michigan Tech. They had a winter festival. They still have that up there all the time. There was no snow, so a radio station came up with a song and dance, and somebody out there is dancing right now all the time because we're getting way too much snow in Negaunee and throughout the UP. But anyhow, they played that song, and it kept snowing and snowing until they had to make a reverse song to stop the snow. So they kind of made that tradition, and here we are today.
All right, excellent. And I know the DDA is partnering up with the Myers State Games as well.
Absolutely.
Give us the details.
Yeah, so Myers State Games will also be available on the first day on Friday. They're going to have an opening ceremony. They're going to light the torch, and there's lots of different games happening throughout Marquette County and other areas of the state of Michigan.
Excellent. All right. And as for any differences this year?
There will be a few added new events during the Family Fun Day. And then it'll be the Chili Cook-Offs, a newer event. The Hot Wings Challenge is a new event. So there'll be a couple new things. There'll be a couple things that have fallen off, but people can go to NegauneeDDA.com to learn more about that, or they can follow us on Facebook.
All right, excellent. As for any other events throughout the weekend, what can you tell us?
Oh yeah, there's lots of different things. Like I said, Saturday is the big deal. I mean, you really can get out and do things. They'll be having stuff at the ski hill, luging. If you want to go out and try the luge hill, I did that last year.
Yeah,
it was fun.
How'd you do?
I don't know. I mean, okay, I guess. I mean, I'm not joining as a member. I can tell you that. They didn't ask me to either. So, but there's lots of different things to do, and it's just fun for the whole family. It is truly a family event. So get out, dress warm. It sounds like we might be warming up after next week a little bit. You know, we might be in the 10s, we might be in the 15s, but we'll still have the fires going, and folks can enjoy themselves.
All right, excellent. I mean, how popular would you say the Heike Lunta Festival is?
Oh yeah, I mean, I would say we have several thousand people each day. I mean, we have the sledding party. It's amazing. You see literally 200 kids sliding down this hill, and they're just going for hours. We start at 3, and they stop when the fireworks come out. So 8 o'clock is when the fireworks. So that's a long day to be out there sledding. So
Yeah.
but they're out there.
Yeah, definitely. Is there anything else you think people should know before they head out there
I
next month?
think that just be aware of the parking situation. The city of Negaunee is doing its best to clean up everything. We've gotten a lot of snow. We will be prepared for Heike Lunta. There'll be plenty of parking for folks. Come out, see our restaurants. Come to our bars if you want to come have a good time. Smarties Bars Bar. They're always great. We have our social district, which we'll be going on to for all the different events, so you can partake in that as well. But there's just lots of fun to do in downtown Negaunee and throughout the Negaunee area.
Excellent. All right, Nate, good to see you again, my
Thank you.
friend. Maybe I'll see you at Meyer again next
Well,
time.
you might see me. You never know.
All right, thanks so much, Nate. And Mike Leathermeasure, look at sports. When we come back, we'll hear from Michigan Tech's hockey coach as he praises the performance of one of his freshmen. We'll have that and more, along with the Upper Goddess, when we come back.
Good evening, everyone. Michigan Tech hockey returns to the John McGinnis Student Ice Arena this weekend to host 17th ranked Minnesota State. Tech head coach Bill McCult talks about the improvement of one of his freshmen, Braden Boehm.
Took a little bit of a step back after the holidays. We got him back in the lineup. We challenged him, and I was so happy for him. And a credit to him and his line mates. I thought there's some great wall play by Reed Davatilla, Mike Chichik, to set him up. Great finishes by Braden. I mean, his speed is his biggest asset. When he's moving his feet, he's so dangerous, and he creates that separation. And great finish on the other play. They make two great passes, and Braden's finish. The goalie didn't have a chance. He put it right upstairs.
Face-off is about 45 minutes away. Tomorrow's contest begins at 6:07 p.m. NMU is idle this weekend. Lake Superior State visits Bowling Green. Afternoon high school basketball, Marquette at Division VIII state football champion Harbor Beach. And a basket from Connor Firestein in the fourth quarter. Sentinels now within 4. Pirates regained the lead by 4. Then Ford Richardson misses. Hallam McCullum gets help from a very kind rim for that one. 46-42 Harbor Beach. After a timeout and a steal, Richardson. Nathan Couture sets a screen. That's going to be good for a triple for Ford, bringing the Sentinels within 46-45. Richardson had 9 points. Marquette committed a couple fouls to get Harbor Beach in the bonus. A Pirate missed a couple free throws. Then Brody Clements backs down his defender, turns, scores. Marquette is up 47-46 with just over a minute to go. Inbound for the Pirates, Skylar Cruz makes the layup, and he was fouled. Cruz missed the free throw, so Marquette trailed by 1, 48-47. Cruz had 12. Now the Sentinels play kind of breaks down. And it is a baseline drive, and the ball's going to bounce all over the place. Pavel McCutcheon will get it over to Brody Clements. He finds Firestein for the layup. 13 points for him, under 10 seconds to go. Jumper no good, and the bank shot afterward does not work either. And Marquette hangs on to win a pretty wild one, 49-48. Sentinels are 6-5 and visit Detroit Cass Tech tomorrow. Now let's send it over back to Kevin.
Mike, thank you very much, sir. Now let's check in with the Uber Goddess.
Hi. Dean, did you know you can eat eggshells?
I know I've eaten eggshells.
Oh, are you saying I put some in your omelet or something or what?
That's right.
Well, people can eat eggshells. And what you would do is you want to save your eggshells. And then I baked these at 200 for 15 minutes, so that gets rid of like bacteria if you're worried about salmonella or whatever. But I want to tell you the benefits of eggshells, and it blew my mind because we keep our eggshells for the chickens because they eat them. There's tons of calcium in them. So they did a study where they used eggshells and then they used that pure calcium carbonate. And there was a 64% more absorption from eggshells. So women for sure have to have a lot of calcium. So Dean, you're never gonna know if there's calcium in stuff you're eating.
That's right.
So what I do is I usually throw these in my blender, but then I bought this mortar thing where it can grind it down to a powder. And I've been giving it to the dogs too, so the minerals that you're going to find in eggshells are magnesium, selenium, and selenium is found in the dirt. So if you have chickens that are running around your yard, they're eating that. I'm going to try some here. I got some chaga tea, and I'm just going to, this was on the wood stove. So if you let that seep, it'll be almost like you're putting that calcium into your tea. And I also have coconut oil here, which I put 4 tablespoons of organic coconut oil and 1 teaspoon of crushed eggshells for my toothpaste. You didn't try it yet, did you? Why? So the next time you think about throwing an eggshell away, don't. Keep smiling.
Now stay tuned. Final look at weather when we come back.
most famous ones is, he was in a building and he was directing people to these elevators, and people wanted to know which ones go up and down. And he goes, no, these ones go side to side. And the elevator literally went side to side.
Oh, that's funny.
And it was a whole joke. And then at the end they would go, see that camera right over there? Smile, you're on candid camera. And it was like a whole prank thing. Look it up on YouTube. It was pretty funny. I loved Candid Camera. It was a great show. I got you. I can make it work. Highs tomorrow above average into the upper 20s to the lower 30s down here once you work out towards Iron Mountain, and Escanaba could be close to that 30-degree mark. Temperatures, though, take a plunge as we head into next week, a true polar plunge. Highs not getting out of the single digits. Overnight lows into Monday night and Wednesday will be below zero, so it's going to be some of the coldest air we've seen so far this season with some limited sunshine next week.
Dakota, thank you very much, and that's all we had time for right now. Everyone, we'll catch you back here later tonight.
Lilly Broadcasting stands with the people of Iran.